In Dominus Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Hello, my little darlings. Welcome back. This evening we are reviewing Leviticus. And this film I don't think is getting a general release in the UK. Which is a shame. That may change, but for now it just seems to be getting released in the States and I believe Australia, other places as well probably, but we're just going to jump straight into it. There is a wonderful, albeit fairly unknown cast for this one. Joe Bird and Stacey Clausen play our two main protagonists and both give absolutely excellent performances, for two actors so young. And then they are both joined by the likes of Tyler Bullock, Mia Wasikowska, Ewan Leslie and Jeremy Blewett. And it may not be a super star-studded cast, but honestly every actress involved give really great performances. The story for this is set in a small industrial town in Australia where our two protagonists find themselves hunted by a malevolent entity. And for those of you that have been here for a while now, you know that I absolutely love when a film shows and doesn't tell. And this film does that absolutely masterfully. The pacing is honestly excellent throughout, drip feeding information slowly throughout the first two acts and then executing beautifully the final act. And that central concept is just so wonderfully simple but incredibly effective. The entity basically takes on the form of the person you're most attracted to or the person you're most in love with. And that's such a clever idea that the film honestly gets so much mileage out of it. And then the relationships between our main characters are also brilliantly written, especially Naeem's very strained relationship with his mother, which just adds some genuine emotional weight to the overall film. Just the script and the narrative are genuinely the film's strongest aspects, and then that allows a really strong foundation for some really amazing horror. And whilst the scares are used sparingly, the jump scares are used sparingly, they genuinely feel unsettling, well thought out, and at certain moments, genuinely terrifying. I also loved and appreciated the creative decision to have the entity take on the form of someone familiar to these characters. Considering this film was probably made on a very modest budget, I just feel like it was an incredibly ingenious narrative choice that then allows the horror to feel just a lot more effective without having to rely on expensive visuals and expensive makeup. And this was always going to be a shorter review. I only really have a couple very minor criticisms of the film. And whilst the film does blend the romance and horror elements quite seamlessly, I would have liked the religious themes to be explored a bit more. These religious themes are definitely present throughout the film, but they don't feel big enough or like they're allowed to fully reach their full potential. I also think the film definitely could have benefited from just an extra 10 minutes or so, just so it was able to properly flesh out a couple moments throughout the film and a couple of the character arcs. Overall, though, I really enjoyed this film. It's just a smart, atmospheric horror with a genuinely really smart concept, simple concept behind it. So for that, I'm going to give Leviticus a 4.1 out of 5 popcorns. But there we have it, me little darlings. That's my review for Leviticus. If you do get a chance to give this film a watch, then definitely do that. I just hope that it does so well in other film markets, that it gets released over here in the UK, because it definitely deserves all the love. And I just have to say very quickly, I am honestly floored by all the love that you guys have given to my Jackass review. It's almost at 100,000 views. I haven't seen how many likes it's gotten, but I just really appreciate you. I'm really thankful, for all the love that you've given that review. And as always, if you do appreciate what I'm doing here, like I appreciate you guys, drop me a little bit of love with a like, a comment, a follow. The goal now is to try and get up to 100 subscribers by the end of the year. I think we can do it. But until then, until the next one, I know, yeah.